A blessed good evening to one and all. I will do my third video of Gun Hill St. George, starting from the lion statue here, which was carved in 1868 by Captain Henry Wilkinson, who was an officer at Gun Hill Signal Station. This is the lion statue here. So this statue was carved in 1868 by Captain Henry Wilkinson, who was an officer at Gun Hill Signal Station. He and his band of army men sculpted this statue here. The statue is supposed to represent Britain, symbolizing the ending of British colonialism, stating that Britain wants to rule the whole world. The lion represents Britain and the ball represents the whole world. The paw on the ball states that Britain wants to rule the whole world, including the United States, United Kingdom, Central America, Caribbean, Africa, Europe, Canada, England, almost the whole world. England had control of. Back in the early 90s, the Rastafarian community got together and painted this lion in the Rastafarian colors, red, gold, and green. But the next day, all efforts were put in place and the lion was repainted back into the usual white color with the red ball. Over here, looking over to the St. George Valley and so on. So these last names down here are inscripted in Latin, and this is in English. So this lion is an iconic landmark here in Barbados and in St. George on the whole. As I said before, St. George is my father's birth parish, the parish in which my father was born and raised. For those of you who don't know who my father is, Satchmore, that sings or that used to sing years ago with the Sand Pebbles, is my father, and he is from St. George. He was a songwriter, and he was also a singer. He used to sing with the Sand Pebbles in the late 60s, all through the 70s, into the early 80s. He stopped singing in the early 80s. So this is the lion here. Overlooking the St. George Valley and the south of the island, and the western side into Bridgetown, which is our country's capital. So again, St. George is the third largest parish. St. George is an agricultural parish, the parish known for fertile soil and land. St. George was carved out of the parish of St. Michael between 1640 and 1641. St. Michael is the mother parish, and St. George was carved out of it. St. George is also the third largest parish, and the Gun Hill Signal Station is the highest point in this parish. The Gun Hill Signal Station was established in 1818. It was built as a fortress to signal when the enemies were coming in. The Gun Hill Signal Station offers excellent views of 6 out of the 11 parishes in Barbados. So here ended my video of St. George, the lion at Gun Hill.